There are very few things in this world that would elicit such a fangirlish reaction out of me such as this one.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Yeah!
The original PSO represents such a huge part of my identity in gaming, and for years, I've been pretty upset over the state of things, as Sega has all but confirmed that any sort of North American presence this game could have was nothing more than a pipe dream. So, color me rightly confused and absolutely floored when E3 2019 rolls around and Phil Spencer reveals that he somehow convinced the stalwarts over at Sega GP to finally go about localizing and releasing this game more than 8 fucking years since its inception. Well, I guess it's true what they say, better late than never. While I would absolutely love to talk to you about how much I love this game's combat system that's aged like a fine wine and somehow outclasses action MMOs that are still coming out, how much I love the game's insane amount of fashion options available to the player right at the start, allowing people to create avatars that are uniquely their own, or how much fun I've had playing with the lads in the Discord over the course of the past 2 weeks, grinding away levels and hoping for the rarest loot to drop, I simply can't in good conscience. Because the game flat out doesn't work. This, by and large, is one of the most flubbed video game releases that I can think of in recent memory. Hell, I'm gonna just categorically rate this shit as being potentially one of the worst. This fucking shit show of a storefront simply will not let PSO2 grow in a way that it should, and it's impeding every step to success Sega could possibly have by sheer virtue of existing, and it's easily one of the most infuriating things as a consumer and straight up fanboy of the series. At this point, I've lost count of how many times I've attempted to uninstall, reinstall, or just flat out play the game in a capacity that works, and quite frankly, my patience is growing thinner by the day. But alas, I guess this does require some knowledge for the uninformed. See, for the longest time, it's been pretty much confirmed that Microsoft squared away some kind of deal with Sega to bring the game over to the West exclusively through its Xbox-centric platforms. Hell, we didn't even get the game on PC until a month after the Xbox's launch, which is made even longer if you consider the soft launch it did on Xbox, where they just turned the servers back on and let people play the game up until full release. There were tons of rumors flying back and forth about how they were going to be handling the potential release of the game, and all seemed well what with the leak of the game's user's manual, showcasing Steam as a viable download option. But lo and behold, we get a sort of quick, under-the-table kind of announcement that tells us we're going to be able to play the game in the final week of May, and I thought, splendid! I'll go ahead and get our boys in the Discord ready to teach them what they need to know to attack this monster of a fucking video game. And as luck would have it, Max and I ended up preloading the game almost immediately when it dropped. Having a miserable sleep schedule does seem to offer its perks at times, I suppose. Anyways, we load the game up, start playing it, and realize that there's already a few technical problems. First and foremost, the lobby lag was absolutely horrendous. No one really knew what was triggering it, especially considering just outright playing the game didn't exhibit these qualities in the slightest. But at the moment you had the audacity to try and load back into the lobby, one of the most vital components of the social experience on offer from PSO2, you were met with an ungodly amount of frame drops, sometimes dropping into fucking single digits as you attempted to make your way across the room just to talk to an NPC for half a second to finish a client order. God forbid you even attempted to open the options menu, lest you run the risk of outright crashing the fucking thing altogether. A lot of us just kind of chalked it up to the ridiculous response it was getting within its first day. Servers were packed tighter than a white supremacist's puckered asshole. Growing pains, I was assured, and boy howdy, were it ever a fucking wronger statement. We struggled and pulled through and attempted to make the best out of an increasingly bad port situation, only for the worst to happen. Sometime in the middle of a play session, I was whiling away, smacking foul spawn baddies, only for my dumb, fat fucking toe ever so slightly nudged the power strip of my computer, setting the whole fucking thing off. I figured, simple mistake, I'll just load up the game again and why isn't it fucking launching? Come to find out, because of the way that the Microsoft Store handles its fucking downloads, get this shit, since the game was installed on a drive other than the one that the Windows OS is on, it freaked out, considered the game corrupt, and just nuked the entire fucking download. But oh no, my friend, this wasn't just a simple installation fuck up, it went far beyond just accessing the game. I couldn't fucking do that. I couldn't even fucking uninstall it. Try as I may, I hammered down on the uninstall button, hoping for some prescient god to take the reins and do what I couldn't, only for my prayers to fall on deaf ears. No matter what I did, I couldn't physically uninstall the game the correct way, so just like any other normal person, I figured, fuck it, I'll just upend the whole goddamn file. An action that Microsoft immediately took exception to as it reminded me that somehow, even though I paid for the fucking software, the computer, the components that are inside of the case, that somehow, some way, I was not trusted by the system to have administrative access privileges to a file housing a fucking video game. That's right, Windows 10 told me, a paying customer, I was simply not allowed to access my own fucking system. Which meant that I had to go ahead and do the unthinkable, install a hack that allowed me to take ownership over the whole fucking thing, just so I could turn about and finally delete the folder. I was shocked to learn that not only was I not the only one experiencing such atrocities, but that it wasn't even scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel. Several horrifying accounts of meandering and fuck off awful bugs later, many of which did things like having the audacity to, instead of deleting the previous files off of someone's computer whenever a reinstall button was pressed, just out and out re-downloading the whole fucking thing again. A process, by the way, which takes up close to 100 gigs of fucking space, only for people to actually discover that the data was being downloaded wasn't even fucking real. It was just junk data, somehow being funneled directly into people's computers just because the program could. The fucking travesty this all is ending up being. Thankfully, the wonderful team at ArcSlayers, you know, the people responsible for allowing people to even play PSO2 JP in the first place, the same madmen who did what Sega couldn't and localized an entire video game into the English language so us Western peasants could get a taste of the good life, made long strides towards outright avoiding usage of either the Windows Store or the Xbox app that is unfortunately tied to the legs of this fucking game. But even that can't stop the tomfoolery at play. I'm writing this as of the 11th of June, sitting here in my room just attempting to get a couple of runs in and finish up some dailies, only for the game to just hard crash on boot. I'm using the tweaker, by the way, but I had the audacity of trusting the Xbox app because, hey, it wouldn't lead me astray like the Windows Store did, me not recounting the fact that both applications are run by the same intrinsically fucking broken program, but whatever. I'm attempting to uninstall the game in an attempt to use the tweaker's version of installation to hopefully play the game, but now nothing is working. No Windows Store reset, no ownership taking, fucking nothing. I can't uninstall the game or delete it in any capacity. This is by far one of the worst integrations of a storefront I've ever seen, and it's affecting what little life this game could have in the Western market. If you just take a look at the actual reviews in the Windows Store of PSO2, you would think, wow, this game is fucking terrible. It's 2 stars. Who would want to waste their fucking time? Whether it be due to Microsoft's massive incompetence in being able to facilitate a viable storefront, or Sega's unwillingness to even communicate its intentions to its players, right out of the gate, this is the worst launch for a modern-day MMO I can think of. At some point when they decide it's within their best interest to fix the myriad of problems that are occurring within the PC port, I'll attempt to shit out some kind of real review, but for the time being, I'm slowly coming to the realization that I might have to just format my whole fucking D drive just so I can continue playing this fucking weeaboo MMO. Come on, Microsoft, fucking do something. Release the shit on Steam. You're just fucking terrible at this point. Fuck. Hey everybody, quick update for those who are going to be watching the video. Thanks so much for watching our little update video on PSO2. I know there's a lot of you out there who follow the stream and we're really enjoying the time. I'm going to definitely be trying to play the game as much as I possibly can. I think Max unfortunately has tapped out. He has actually encountered more installation problems than I think I have so far. And I think he's officially just not going to do it unless it's going to be in some playable capacity. And this is really just a heartbreaking thing. I was really looking forward to PSO2 being available on the market for everybody to play, but, you know, let bygones be bygones. Anyways, we're going to have some more videos coming up your way. Max is working on some, I guess it's Persona 5 stuff, and then I've got some Valorant stuff that I want to talk about soon, too. So go ahead and stay tuned for that. Thanks so much. Do the thing that YouTubers tell you to always do, which is, I guess, the like, favorite, subscribe, and ring the little bell, because apparently YouTube can't figure out how to fucking use a soundbar. So, thanks, guys.
Oh my god. Yep, my phone too. I was gonna say, I wasn't gonna call you out.